Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our channel. My name is Gerald. Inhale confidence, exhale doubt. Year 2025 is here with us, and it is my conscience and my concern to talk about something that we've talked from January to December, and the issue is power. Power. I'm not talking about electric power or motor car vehicle power or airplane power. No, I'm talking power in the sense of ability or the capacity to influence or act in a particular way. And in my own intervention, I would like to say that everybody has power, but our leaders have shown to us that power is more of one type. So today we want to disclose to ourselves that everybody is a power agent, is a powerful person from whatever capacity they are into, because they can influence the engagements, they can influence the table where they are, and they can also influence and motivate others in such engagements. So power is a tool that has been used by our leaders, our supervisors, sometimes even our family members, to influence the way we do things. So in my own world, I would like to explore a few of these powerful tools that we have used. When a family can provide the basic needs, that is the father, mother, they can be able to provide education, for instance, shelter, clothing, yeah, some spiritual nourishment to their children. That one you can call it family or parental power. They influence the way the children will be able to grow and to take things into perspective. There is also spousal power, where a spouse has an influence over the other partner in terms of decision making, in terms of viewpoints, in terms of the number of children they will have, where they will live and such. That is also power, because it's the ability to influence and influence in a particular way, of course with some reasons. But of our important today is that there is educational power, the ability that has been accorded to you because of the courses you have attended, the titles you have acquired, maybe in a particular profession. It has given you power to exercise that education, that professionalism in particular ways. And you see, at that point, a general manager, for instance, or a corporate manager will be able to either positively engage or motivate those who are under their care. But of importance is the economic power. Economic power is the ability to have some income that is at your disposal to buy something or sell something, that to trade. So that influence is becoming so powerful right now, because it's giving you the power to at least make a decision on particular assets, liabilities that you want to be accorded. And in a family setup, that power is really a big thing, because in our present world, we call it the microwave generation. We want things instantly. I want something now and for a particular reason, and then after a few hours, a few days, a few years, it is obsolete. That economic power, the ability to do some economic work through some of the income that you've gotten, is really a powerful tool that has been used in our present world. The other power would be spiritual power, the influence that someone has in terms of what do you believe in. There are nowadays people who are spiritual, others are in Muslim world, others in Hindu world, others in African tradition world, and then there's a development of people who believe in nature, some of them calling themselves atheists. That's a spiritual power, power of a super being somewhere, influencing the way they decide things, the way they do things, the way they stay with people and relate with them. And then there is a power in terms of constitutional, legal, yeah, powers. Even politics also comes in to influence policies that guide people. people are guided in a particular way to achieve a certain goal. For example, if a government that is a collection of leaders who have been elected by all of us through casting a vote, like in the previous videos, you give them that power, that influence to make a decision on your behalf. It could be economic resources, could be opportunities in terms of resources allocation, but that power you've accorded them, they also make policies that influence you directly. For example, if they say the VAT or the value added tax has been increased or reduced or modified, that's the power you've accorded them, and they return the power back to you. So from my perspective is that there are powers that everybody has at their own avenues. But my question is, how have you been using your power? How have you been influencing each other to make 2025 a better place to live, a better time to live, a better season to live? Remember, for example, for a family or spousal power that we have been able to use, in Colossians 3 verse 12 onwards, it gives every person parental stroke spousal roles to be performed. For example, there is a role for a father to be a king, to be a prophet, yeah, to be a decision maker, a breadwinner, a leader. And when you go to the your wife or the spouse, there are roles to be loved, take care of the family, yeah, and to be able to influence the decisions that are made by their children, to bring the family together for peace and cohesion, and that is their role. Then there's the role of the children to obey their parents, to live in harmony with each other, to even take care of their parents in their old age, not necessarily economic, but just being there for them. In all these powers we are talking about, there's a power that influences all of them, and we call it the power of love. It is the only commandment that has been given power, in that if I love you, I love a person, for example, a family member or a colleague at work or a political leader or a spiritual leader, it gives me that power to influence them positively, to make sure they cannot sleep angry, they cannot walk if I have an influence in terms of means of transport. I can also, as a leader, make a decision that influences them positively so that our relationships becomes better. Remember, what we are saying in this is that for this world to be better, for your community to be better, for your society to be better, for your environment to be an influence that is positive, that means you need that power of love. Sometimes we talk about titles, yeah, an MD, a general manager, a managing director, a doctor, an architect, a QS, a OCA, a father, a mother, a husband, a wife, yeah, a child. All these titles have been accumulated by us to be able to have a social clutter, in that we can be able to influence in many aspects of life. But my question is, how are you using the influence you have today? If you are a leader, are you guiding people? Are you leading people towards the right direction? If you are a spiritual guide, are you mentoring people into the spirituality that you ought to do? If you are a parent, are you influencing your children by creating time to show them direction? Remember, it's only for a short time. If you are a supervisor or some people at work, are you mentoring them? Are you guiding them? If you are the HR or the human resource director, are you giving them what is worth their time and their work? So all this comes back to, how do you relate with each other? Remember, it is for a time, for a season, and for a reason. Until next time, let 2025 be a good year for you as we end it. And as we enter 2026, I hope that you exercise your power well. Until next time, ciao, and next time, use your power wisely. Thank you. Inhale confidence, exhale doubt.